All right, we need to get straight to this. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you, Nigeria Watch family. How on a day today? Yes, we have to come out this time. We need to do this right now. How on a day, how on a day, how on a day. Happy Thursday to every one of you. A couple of hours from now, we are going to be on the weekend again. You know, every one of us are always excited whenever weekend is approaching. Yes, it's just after exhausting yourself Monday to Friday. You know, everybody look forward to weekend, have a fun, stay home, drink a wine, and laugh and watch movies with your loved ones. So weekend is around the corner. How you guys doing, my people? Let's do this together. It's a late one, but let's just watch this. It's our brother, Comrade Stanley Osakunopuni. He's right here with us to talk about the things that is currently going on in the Edo State. He's going to be talking about Governor Obaseki, talking about Oheon Fokoromi, the notorious Oheon Fokoromi as well. And they're going to be talking about, what is currently going on with our lands and the plans of the government of Edo State. Remember, we showcased the video earlier on today, that Governor Obaseki said, and I quote, "I declare war against land grabbers." Although a lot of Nigeria was family frowned at that statement, saying if Governor Obaseki actually declared a war against land grabber, people in the likes of Ohan Fokoromi supposed to be behind bars by now, and many, many more, but still, to give him benefit of doubt, we need to give him 10 days from now, just 10 days from now. As you all know, Nigeria Watch have played a very, very big role in terms of ending land grabbing in Edo State. And we are still playing the role. In fact, in case you are not aware, many of our ideas and things that we are doing, is reaching the governor's doorstep, and they're reacting to it, either positively or negatively. But anyhow, you see it, the governor and the government or his cabinet are seeing what we're doing and they are reacting to it. Sometimes they are proactive. They proactively do some kind of things which baffles me. I cannot really talk about here on air, but that's fine. Anyhow, it happens. It's my joy to see that the solution is here. My people, let me acknowledge my people right here on the comment section. I can see I don't like what's right there. Good evening to you, my brother. How are you doing? Paco Barisi. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Osa Agova Senior, I can see you right there. June Obaseki, I can see you as well. Irie Finest. Good evening to you, mother. Thanks very much for all your continued support. June Obaseki, God bless you. I appreciate you. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Mother of all, mother of all, mother of all. Mommy Diaspora, good evening to you. Mommy, thanks for joining us. Faith, I can see you right there. Romsele Isan, I see you right there. In fact, you are carrying my best musician ever. They carry a name Romsele. Romsele is my best ever musician. I'm sorry, other musicians, if you are my friend, you're jealous. I'm sorry. Everybody have a choice. Romsele, is my best musician ever, ever, ever. When I'm playing his music on my own, reminiscing and thinking about so many other things, I feel good. So let's move on, not to be distracted or don't call in now, please. Don't call in. I don't know what you want to talk about. All right, Stan, like I said, Stanley, Gbege right there. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. Pretty Favor where I can see you right there. Says more best Osas. I can see you all right there. Naomi Bella is in the building with us. Thank you very much. Please help us to share this video. Like this video. Listen, guys, liking our video means you're giving YouTube reasons to share, right? Because if I use suggestion, it looks like some people don't really know what we are talking about. Although you know what suggestion means, don't get me wrong, but you don't know, what we actually trying to say. It means YouTube will share. Rather, suggestion is the best. They will suggest your video to others that have not seen it. Some of you that are frequent on YouTube, you can see some videos are being suggested to you most of the time. The reason why YouTube are doing this is because YouTube know you have not seen it. YouTube can never suggest a video that you have seen already back to you. Never. And the reason why this happened is because of the likes. All right. So you sharing, you're also sending our voice far, sending the comments in the comment section, you're sending it far as well. Can't you guys see the kind of transformation that is currently going on in Edo State, the kind of actions, steps that the governor is taking? Listen, guys, is our efforts because we are talking without no stop. Even though some people have accused us in the past, even maybe till tomorrow, you don't like Obaseki, you don't do this. Governor Obaseki doesn't see it that way. Governor Obaseki see that Nigeria Watch is the only channel that counter him back to back, back to back. It doesn't mean if I'm a governor today, for example, and I have one particular person that's countering me every blessed day, trust me, I'm going to focus on that particular person to see what they're talking about, if I can learn from them. The only way you can succeed in life is to take feedback and reviews. If you ignore feedbacks and reviews, you go nowhere. Meanwhile, let's move on, my people. I can see Frank, Luis right there with us. Thanks for joining us. My brother Israel Semuta, thank you very much for joining us this evening. I appreciate every one of you. Good evening, good evening. Godwin, Godwin, I see you right there. And God bless you. Now let's listen to our brother Comrade Sazos Akonokodin on this particular one and see what they have to say. But meanwhile, I've given you a tips. It's going to be talking about the head, that guy that you can see right there, Ohen Fokoromi, talking about our executive governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Obaseki. And he's also going to be talking about the things that might likely be affecting every one of us as long as we are Idolites. Clarence Bear, I can see right there. Thank you. God bless you. Let's move on. Please, let's listen to Comrade Stelios Sokolokudi and take it from here. Sagovo Kwanga, God bless everyone of you. Good evening, good evening, good evening for those of you that are going to comment later on as well. Thank you. Let's watch this together.
Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching me from. I remain my humble self, yes, number right activist, Comrade Stanley Osase Osakwe no Wade, the Coordinator General Edo Diaspora Connect Worldwide, the CEO Stanley Sadi Enterprise. In facts, in facts, in facts, the CFO man Edo State. The topic of today is another Gbege. Last time was another Kasala. I'm on live, please. Today, it is another Gbege, another what? Gbege. And I think I have a very vital and useful information for all of us tonight. And I expect you to pay an undivided attention to the information that I'm about to disseminate. And I know quite well that it will be all encompassing, all enriching, and it's going to be based on absolute, well-filtered information. I would like to the opportunity to take some minutes. I will be right back. I say you should do it. Some minutes, please. I'm trying to fix things. I'm going to show that the VCR will be talks to all expectation. Please.
Please help us to share. If you are there with us, just share. You can see more people already joining us.
I'm fully ready now for the broadcast. Today is going to be very, very, let me not hype it. Let me not elevate it beyond what is normal. But I know quite well that who choose to pay an undivided attention to my broadcast tonight will see something to go home with. As I've earlier said before now, and I'm going to repeat it. In fact, I'm reiterating my commitment towards my first statement, where I said, and I quote, that for the fact that I have been seen as an illustrious son of a State, and I our brothers and sisters around the world adopted me as their son, as their brother, as their loyalist, and as their baby, I think it is expedient on my part to reciprocate by coming out with effective information that will better the life of the raptors in our society, that will better the lives of the Jetans in our society, that will better the lives of the Olopoloi in our contemporary urban world. I want to state explicitly that today's discussion is not going to be attached or have any correlation with politics. Today's discussion is going to be what touches the heart and mind of every average citizen of Edo. For those who have been following Osako for quite some time now, you also agree to the fact that we unanimously agree as a people that one of the problems bedeviling us as a society is the problem of land grabbing. That was why the majority of Edo people came out in mass to give support to some of us, including comrades, in channeling the fight against land grabbing in Edo State. A victor can never be afraid of his victim. But there is an adage in Benin, where I'm from. I quote, Ukonoswo, what in your day, when ye, or my can never put in, if I never be. It is on this note that I must not wait for the problem to get to me before I can aid my people with the right information. Excuse me. Excuse me, please. Let me first of all salute the government of Edo State. Although it's not politics, His Excellency Gov Obaseki. And I'm systematically saying thank you to you, Excellency. Thank you to you, Your Excellency. Now, as I've already said, one of the problems militating against us in this our society today is the problem of land grabbing. And we all came together to vehemently resist this sect of people. A classical example was the well-organized onslaught against the Ohe of Ohoromi. That was in 2021. Subsequently, we led a protest to Osadebe Avenue, which created more reinforcement in respect to placing the government on its toes to establish a well-orchestrated structure that can better put an end to this menace bedeviling against our society. In our last discussion when it comes to the issue of land, I'm not talking about a live video, but our last discussion on the live video in respect to this topic was a discussion tagged Another Kasala. Today it's another Gbege. And what was the content of the Another Kasala? It was designed to enrich our people with the right information, the ethical stimulus, to understand the basic rudiments, nor the paraphernalia, nor the desideratum on how to check the wings and caprices of these sets of elements. In our last discussion, we talked about equipping our people with the right information to know how to get a land and how to secure their land. We talked about the experience in our Gbege community, where a man who did CFO on his land a few years ago for the fact that community believes under AC. On this, on the other one. Go on the other one. No, that's what you go on the other one. Go on the other one. Community believes that they have the economic war chest, the terror where we are, and the oppressive tendency to mechanism to intimidate anyone. They went ahead to sell a land belonging to a man that have already gotten a statutory right of occupancy on his property. The man has about 1,000 by 1,000. He approached land developers who were working on his land by telling them, my dear brothers and sisters, this property that you are developing rightfully belongs to me. I advise you to quit and to stop further development on this land. Those land developers who came to actually buy a land without an intent to cause conflict in the community retired back to the community to inform them with the current development in respect to what a man who actually and legally acquired such land came to tell them in sight. The community in turn reinvigorated the consciousness, the confidence of land buyers by telling them, go ahead and develop. Mano, excuse me. Hello, please, I'm on live. I will call you immediately around up, please. I'm on live. When around up. Now, land developer in itself, after hearing from the community, believe that they can go on and do, they went ahead to continue to develop. A man who has CFO in the land approached the courts and prayed the court to intervene in respect to his right to such land. It is also obvious, excuse me, it is also obvious that this man did a survey on his land and a CFO on his land. The court went in after a series of discussion. The court ruled that the owner of such property, who has the legal right, the statutory right of occupancy, ably issued by the government of Edo State, whether you got a CFO some 20 years ago, some 40 years ago, since the advent of the Land Use Act of 1978, and now all CFOs are valid. The judge ruled that both the privy, the usurper, including the encroacher, should, as a matter of urgency, evacuate such property and directed the rightful owner, who has the CFO on the land, to take possession of what rightfully belongs to him. In this case, it's now between the man who legally acquired and the government in collaboration.
All right, my people, I need to interfere for a minute. Yes, for some of you who missed out on the broadcast we did today, earlier on today, on what Governor Obaseki actually said about land grabbers, I think I need to recap and I need to play like a 1 or 2 minutes for you guys to hear Governor Obaseki how he declared war against land grabbers. Although he have previously talked about this before, nothing have happened. So fingers crossed, we are finger crossing right now, hoping that something can happen this time. But let's listen to this. I'm only playing this recapping for those that have not watched the previous video we did earlier on, so that you can understand where our brother Comrade Samuel Sazosa is coming from. Everybody, at least statistically, for those of us that have been affected, or those of us that know those that have been affected, the victims that have been affected, are wishing and hoping for someone like Ohen Fokoromi to be the first scapegoat that Governor Obaseki needs to use as an example. But we are still waiting though. But let's listen to this, my people.
Let me just tell you, I've gone to the IG. He's giving me 5 armored personnel carriers. You'll soon see them. We are building trucks with automatic guns on top of them. If you go to Idenya Street now, we have acquired the building, we have decorated. It's a barrack for a special force that will host about 100 men. So I have declared a war.
All right, you heard that. I've declared a war. Governor Obaseki, like I said today in my previous broadcast, I gave you credit, I appreciated you, I applauded you for the steps so far. Although we have not seen any result, but for the braveness, for the speech, for the standardness, I believe this is what we all, the good Edo people all over the world, have been clamoring for a very long time. Some of our brothers and sisters frowned at this statement, although I cannot blame them because I know you are watching me. A lot of your cabinets, they watch us all the time, and you watch us, and our ideas. I see sometimes you emulate it, utilize it. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I don't have anything to hide to keep to myself on this platform. I talk because I want a positive change. That's why I come on air to talk all the time. You know what it means to bring myself out, my face and everything, to take risk for my delight. I don't live in Edo State, but I love my people so much, and I love my state, and I'm a proud Edo man. You know what that means. There's no way I will live in Lagos or Abuja or UK that will make them to accept me one day that you are now one of us. Now lie. If you not be Panado, you can never feel be like Panado. I'm a dope boy. And that one will be forever. Nobody can change that. That's why I'm fighting for my land. Governor Obaseki, because some of us have applauded you, even though some frowned. But I'm part of the people that have applauded you for this particular statement today, which you did yesterday. You did a stakeholders meeting. You call it stakeholder meetings. Although I cannot reveal some kind of things in public right now but I know where you got the idea from. That's fine. That's fine. Like I said before, is what I've been waiting for, what I've been praying for. But I'm waiting to see the reality, the realism. What do I mean by that? I want to see someone like Ohen Fokoromi walk into the prison. Ohen Fokoromi, in case you don't know, una two don't drink, una don't take picture, una don't go event together. But I'm going to re-emphasize again, Ohen Fokoromi is one of the biggest pains we have in those states. Ohen Fokoromi have caused a lot of people pains. Ohen Fokoromi caused people pains deliberately. He ends up killing goats, chicken, tortoise, for them to forget their actions and one of the two things like that. In fact, Governor Obaseki, in case you are not aware, Ohen Fokoromi have killed a lot of innocent goats because of me as well. So if you are the really executive governor of those states, physically, Ohen Fokoromi have hurt a lot of people. Spiritually, he have hurt a lot of people. Otherwise, he have hurt a lot of people. But because some of us are not just easy to catch like that, because I normally say get away with it, but what about those that are victimized? So what we are expecting in the next 10 days, Governor Obaseki, I'm not ordering you, I'm not dictating for you. But if you have to look it the other way around, this is our plight. This plight has been there even before you become a governor. That's why you see, I don't blame you 100% for land grabbing, because the land grabbing thing has been there for a while. But for me, if I'm a governor today, I want to be remembered for something. I want to leave a positive footprint that people will look back and say, wow, Elvis was a governor for 4 years or 8 years. This is what he did. To be honest, I will step on toes to the extent that I might be impeached. Yes. Do you know the pride you can take by you being impeached just because you stand or you stood for the people? It's a big pride for me. It's just like people tormenting me and all that. I just wake up one day and say I'm resigning because the torment or the suffocation or the oppression and all that is too much. I stand for my people, like Peter Obi is currently doing right now. Although some people still have some doubt over Peter Obi, but that's fine. Governor Obaseki, remember, in case you have forgotten, because this is a cool evening now, I know you are washing. You are not busy right now. You are even online. Yes, Governor Obaseki is always online though. Although he's a busy man, yeah, you are even online right now. You're even online. So I share to you, you are listening. 99.9% you are listening to us right now. Please, sir, you are my governor. I fought for you with my own platform. Edo people in diaspora fought for you. We didn't fight just because we want to be looking at your beautiful or cute face or the suit or coat you're wearing. We didn't fight just because we want to hear your English. We didn't fight because of your expensive lenses you put on. We fought for you because we want some of our pains to be abolished, some of our pains to be removed forever. I believe what happened in Edo State is about to repeat itself right now in Nigeria. That's my belief. I'm not sure yet, but I think something wants to happen in Nigeria. And it might likely happen through Peter Obi. Governor Obaseki, you have set the pace. Please, sir, we beg you. We beg you with the names of those that have been tortured, maltreated. We beg you with the names of those that are currently in pains through land grabbers. Then we beg you in the name of Almighty God. We beg you because of all our struggles, those in the diaspora, all the suffer that all of us have passed through. We beg you, sir, you have the power in your palm. The power is right there. You have it. Constitutionally, you have it. Let's assume you might not have the opportunity to rule again just because you step on one particular toe or toes. Trust me, your name will be remembered forever, but you will not live forever. Please, sir, I don't hate you. And if you ask me, I don't have any reason to hate you. If you are watching most of my broadcasts, you can see how much I hate PDP. And you and I, you know that my dad is a chieftain in PDP. So I think that's enough for you to know that I don't like PDP. I don't like APC. I don't care. I've grown past the stage where I have to call my father, hello, Baba, hello, Daddy. I need some money. I want to buy a car. I want to buy a shoe. I've grown past that. So I can criticize anything I like, constitutionally. Please, the governor of Edo State, you are the present governor of Edo State. You are not going to be there forever. I'm very happy with your step yesterday, with your speech, your decisions, your everything, your body language, everything. But I want you to execute this, to utilize this. I want you to bring this to realism. Let Edo people in diaspora see this happen. We want to see this happen. We don't just want to hear the English. I've set war, or I've created war against land grabbers. Then we have to wait for the next 6 months again. Like you said, remember? You said similar thing that you are going to probe Oshomole up till now. Oshomole is working everywhere. Declared the other day, he scammed us. He scammed scammed Nigerians, or rather, all Edo people, Nigerians, that he want to become a president. He was working for Tinubu. Later, he sneakily went to be taking another form for Senate. All of us thought it's a joke, joke. Then he came to Benin with Tinubu just last week here to campaign for Tinubu. Somebody that's supposed to be a presidential aspirant. Governor Obaseki, we rely on you. Don't forsake us. Please. And people, let's listen to that part again.
So I am declared a war. 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 We are going to go. The Committee on Protection of Private Property has come up, and we've taken a list of all the petitions. There are about 420 or so of them. We're reviewing each petition. We will go to those communities and look for those people. If they are bigger than government, they will tell us. And we now appeal to all of you, help us, give us more information so that we can calm this place. We cannot continue like this, where people just wake up in the morning, they go in the community, take other people's farmland, bulldoze it, allocate it, and sell it and collect the money. If we don't stop them, tomorrow it is your own churches they will come after. So in the issue of land grabbing, it's a war. They are armed. We want to be more armed than them. Nobody can have more arms than government.
Did you hear that? I like to play that part again. I'm sorry. The declaration against land grabbing is a war. They are armed, but they cannot be armed. I don't know how I said that. We are going to be armed more than them. Nobody have more arms than government. Okay, let's listen to that.
If we don't stop them, tomorrow it is your own churches they will come after. So in the issue of land grabbing, it's a war. They are armed. We want to be more armed than them. Nobody can have more arms than government.
All right. My people, let's listen to our brother, Comrade Stanley Sazosa Holding. I think most of you might understand where he's coming from right now. Okay, let's listen to that. I'm here. I'm here. If you need my attention, call me on the comment section. I'm listening. I'm reading. I'm watching. I'm here with you guys. Thank you.
Against those who believe that community directive is enough to intimidate others and take over their property. Let me quickly trick this in. Lucky Maswe is running for Senate. A client of mine, he has grabbed her land in a broke community. But for now, let me keep calm and watch if Maswe is going to get the ticket. I'm not here to play politics, but let me keep calm. Now, immediately, the man went to site and collected what rightfully belongs to him. Majority of these land developers are now running helter-skelter, calling on him to explore an ADR.
Right, people, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened here. Remember, network can be very, very destructive here in Nigeria. So just hold on. We are going to continue from where we stop. We are here. Bear with us and let's just move on to where we stop. The software recognize the software recognize the exact minutes where we stop. That was in 21 minutes. That's it.
The owner is reselling and making huge amount of money because the land actually belongs to him. Now, what is the current information? It don't happen again. It don't happen again. This time in the Sierra community. This time in the Sierra community. Are you aware that a very big expanse of land in the Sierra community? Land developers have the conscience, the intent to go to that place and buy for the primary purpose of ensuring development and to either create economic shelter or a residential shelter. When I say economic shelter, I'm talking about commercial use for business purposes or either for residential purposes, as the case may be. But you know what? Over 70 houses built on the land where somebody already had a COF. It is rather unfortunate that my client's house happens to be within it, and I know how to advise my client to secure himself out from the existing COF. Then we'll go and apply for a consent because there is no two COF on one land. What we cannot do on his behalf, after we must have adopted the skills and the mechanism put on ground by my consortium, we will now apply for a consent for a COF to be issued. For a COF to be issued to my client on that same land. But in this case, that same COF will be issued from the existing COF, not a new one. Because a selected part have been earmarked. Now, on a daily basis, we keep advising people. Although this information came in late, because many persons have fell victim of circumstances. But beyond that, I strongly believe that was why I personally defined education as a lifelong learning process of experience within or outside the school, which aim at the development of an individual to be mentally, physically, emotionally, socially, and intellectually fit. So I think that we have more people who will come and create positive development. And we needed to equip them with the right information. My dear brothers and sisters, when you see a land you want to buy, that land might be very beautiful in the physical. Checking the topographical nature of the terrain, it is not undulating. Looking at the prevailing wind with special reference to solar radiation, it's very cool. Looking at the soil texture on the environment, it's absolutely very okay. You say, man, with these basic rudiments and the paraphernalia of this property, it is all convincing that I should get involved. But there are more to it than what you can see in the physical, than what you can perceive so easily. There are more to it, for God's sake. You are supposed to look beyond the physical land in itself. Now let me give you a classical example. You might have 200 by 100 state facing each other, otherwise known as a land adjacent to each other. Believe you me, the both of them have separate information. A land that is 200 by 200 have one information. Immediately you divide it to say, okay, I now give 1 by 2 to this one, this is 1 by 2 to the other person. They now have separate information. And how does it work? That's why we must commend His Excellency Governor Gov Obaseki. In respect to the current land administration, as of today, Edo has mapped. Every land in Edo has been mapped. They are currently using the 2017 map of Edo State. That is why wherever your land is, Edo G's will see it. See your phone office, no matter where your land is, see your phone office will see it. And you know what? The Obaseki administration, because of the fact that he has foresight, believe that the 2017 mapping may become obsolete in the near future. Are you aware that currently Edo is currently being mapped to secure the interest of 2030? The difference between the United States leadership and that of Edo State is just that Edo people have refused to agree to the current developmental trend and ideology towards governance that Obaseki is introducing. It is difficult for us all to acclimatize, owing to the fact that in history, we all depend on government to be able to meet up to expectations. But ordinarily, we are supposed to go to our various working activities to generate revenue for ourselves. And at the end of the day, for the fact that government is building a more sustainable environment, we can better ourselves. Let's be factual. I am not working on Edo State government, but I cannot say that Obaseki has not employed me. There's a difference between direct and indirect employment. Wise people take an advantage of policy. Government must not come to say, we have better employment, go see the employment, come to take it. No, it is all about policy framework. It is only intelligent people that can take an advantage of a policy to achieve an aim. As we speak today, it has been mapped. 2030 map may commence as soon as possible. So no matter where your land is, the government can see it. Let me tell you, before you buy land, do not conclude because of what I've said. I talked about the prevailing wind with special reference to solar radiation. I talked about the soil's texture. I talked about the topographical nature of the terrain, if it is suitable or undulating. But there are more to it than what you see in the physical. A land cannot tell you that I am a government land, except there is what we call a professional check. His Excellency Governor Obaseki cannot say he knows all the government land in the day. No. But when government wants to use land, government goes to their archive to say, we are bringing in ShopRite. Where are we going to allocate? That is why today you are seeing new development in the former library complex. So people are saying, why would they destroy library and bring it in? What? How many? If you want to hide something for an African man, an average African man, go and hide it in the book. They will never open it. Maybe when they say library, ask them. If not the internet, they will not read. Some don't reach like 7 years, some 5 years, some 6 months. They never even open anything called book apart from newspaper. Now, government allocated the land. So when government wants to bring a new development, government will certainly go back to the archive to say, where and where do we have land? And we are bringing this, let's say for example, an industry. And we needed an environment that can better accommodate such industry, owing to the fact that residential environment might not be close to such. And government can say, we have identified this particular area. Then when government is coming there now, you have built your house already, you are living with your family. Government has said everybody should evacuate, they want to demolish, you say the government is a bad person like that. No! Before you buy a land, it is not a rocket science. You must consult. Please, we want to know the information on this land. And that is why, by the power of God Almighty, as doctor, there is still dentist, there is still surgery, there is still, what do they call it? A pharmacist and others. Now, so we be daughter of land. Now, so we understand the side of that right, we series of professionals, we are doctors of land. Somebody spent over 12 million naira to buy a government land. And let me tell you, do you know as tight as ring road, If you go to Ring Road and look for the Okagele of Ring Road and say you are having 100 million, you want to buy land, you know, tell you say land, they will say they bring money. Communities are waiting to pick your money. Land matter, all they keep pressing for a civil case. Land matter, I wish you na civil case. So that's why you hear say they will say Fulani S-men attack the whole community, burn everywhere, nobody's arrested. Or yesterday they say communal war, 2 community class people die. If it took more than 6 months, they'll bail everybody. That's why you must be careful. Don't die over community matter. Because if you die, you will die for nothing. So communities are willing to take your money. They will eat it. Then when you come clear say the land not genuine, you got to tell them say my land, I want my money back. Forget. They'll say wait, nobody sell out. They are looking for a new move. And if they didn't sell out, they're not going to give you the money. Make you not go for victim. You want to run by along the road because you want to go there. Do not think and say that along the road you want by to the government now. Now let me tell you. Let me open one secret. In almost every community, it get part where they give Omonoba as along the road. So before you buy along the road, investigate where. One of the most lucrative part of land is along the road. But before you buy it, investigate. A man who can spend 12 million to buy a government land should be able to spend as little to verify before going forward. And another secret I want to open to you is this. If you want to buy a land, first, apart from professional check, this is another secret. Don't ever go and meet an individual to say, one buyer just say, bring money. Nobody just know. No investigation. Sorry. You might have yourself to blame in the future. If you want to buy a big land, make sure you know the meeting day of that community. Maybe it's community A, community B, or community C, and you are interested in that community. Know the meeting day. Where the Benis call Ikero. When they are there, you walk in. There is no secret. You don't get any address when you feel at night, or you too you feel at night because I care. Anyone talk with Madomo? I knocking at my meeting. Anybody go be what about? On what sort of telling my where the man there, my mind do what I'm here anymore. You know, 20 plots. Now he said that he came. Now they go shake somebody. Say, you. Why I feel 20 plots one mic, you know, yeah. Good. Do you know what that means? The community is aware that you are buying. The community is aware that you are buying. In that case, either your wristwatch where the record, your eyeglass where the record, or whatever means for you to record that situation, commence from there immediately. They will not go and show you. You will come back to the community. Now, every community member, they are all interested to know who is selling and what is happening in rental development because it is their money, not an individual's money. They will not ask you in the careful. You like her, you say yes. How much will I put? You don't price and feel it down. Okay. We will come back. The community don't hear say you come. Anytime when community see you, anybody see you inside community, they'll say, hey, this might buy one copy, everybody will be vigilant. Nobody can deny that they were not aware of such transaction. You want that big land, they carry you inside one room. You go pay for it, you call it and say, you know what, you want to do it, don't shame me. You don't collect them. Not clear. I lost my phone. You know this guy.
I am interested to buy this property. In fact, I will pay any money from now. Can I be allowed to carry out a survey even if I did not establish Gbege? There are things I needed to know. Don't say go ahead. Then if you choose to call Usakodi or someone else, we will now go there. Carry out the professional check. If it is not clear, we will tell you, please desist. If it is clear, we will say, please go ahead. In Obazago community, there is a government land in that community. But a client of mine wanted to buy land. He said, I want to know how far. We went ahead to check. The land was very okay. As we speak, any moment from now, the CFO will be issued. Whereas in that same area, people are crying that theirs fell into government land. As I did so, I dey learn from people mistake. I cannot be a victim of circumstance. We are politicians. We are gradually growing in the political game. I knew what before so many top politicians. I will never be a victim of their own actions. That is why I am in government. Let me just tell you the truth. I am in government. But you know what? I try to manage government and my relationship with people. I am an ardent supporter of His Excellency Gov Obaseki. I am a very strong loyalist of the Secretary to the government of the state and a son to distinguished Senator Gbege Uzamiri. But you know what? I know that government is soldier go, soldier come. Barrack remains. I will not fight you for your own opinion, but I have a responsibility to punish you with the truth. I will not. Or you insult me in respect to your opinion. I don't care. I don't even reply some comments. Even if you say anything in respect, I will just keep calm. I've expressed my opinion. If I have been able to express my opinion, I should also know that people will be pained by their opinion. And there must be a negative or positive multiplier effect in respect to response and reactions. Excuse me, please, some minutes. You like this? Yes. So, as I was, I know that it is soldier go, soldier come, and barrack remains. That is why. Let me leave the rest. But tonight, know it and understand it clearly. These are the things you needed to do before you secure any land to yourself. Don't go and buy land. There are some persons who say, oh, I know I might spend this money and yeah, I want to use that, I do know what I use and do. Yes. Money not the heavy for one. Go and drop it in the bank and be patient while the procedure commences and ends. And like me, before you call me for any of that task, not only me tell me say, tell me that, no. Because at the end of the day, you may come back to blame me, say, I call you, I pay you, you have to do this, and you check out now, which is not correct. Why? You will give me my time to do my professional check. Then I can better inform you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now, man and woman buy land, Mr. and Mrs. Carry, nothing there. One community approval can sell the entire community. One single approval, one. I don't tell them for those who follow my videos, you get this information. Secure yourself. To make money not easy. To raise money not easy. So you must protect yourself when spending resources. Now this little important information. Now so we can bring Kongi for this evening. There is no ignorance in law. Ogwe ka on do cool. Na isio the rain. Isio let the rain. Protect yourself. Secure your own. Some people say, well, once they get to work with foundation. Like from a community here, and somebody they build us for a road. But one may first build reach up before we drag down. You go build us for government road. We may first build go well. Then because we advise them from the beginning, not take. When you don't finish where you reach, they will not give a problem. Because I don't tell them. But you cannot build on government road. Tomorrow when government come one demolition, they will cry, say, hey, oh God, what is government to do like this, oh God? No, you can't build a road that goes scot-free. Government owns the road and they know what to do with it. And it's designed for motorists and pedestrians and not for individual tenements, not structures. So know this. If you're really building on roads, you must check those lands before for road. When you must have been able to equip yourself with its basic road elements, at the end of the day, you see reasons to celebrate. I want to say a very big thank you to you all for joining me tonight. Whenever there are vital information to protect the interests of our people, and as well to boost our own personal business, we'll do all we could to come out to say it and to advise everyone on the right step to take. If your interest is secure, if your resources is secure, if you have more money to buy more land, we have more opportunity to work for you. So it's only a fool that will never want his friend to be a king. If you don't want your friend to be a king, you can never be a friend to a king. It is on this note that I want you all to understand one basic fact. I so much respect you all. I so much love you all. And for those who have seen me in person, I am not in the best position to skyrocket myself beyond what is normal. I am not in the best position to embellish myself or to enrich myself with most echo me all. I know that our characteristics are what we possess and our reputation is what people say about us. I strongly believe that from your own perspective, you have the ability to perceive my actions and to interpret my characters based on what you think. And I know that those who have met me to Sakonoponi on the ground, either one way or the other, can attest from their own perspective. But let me not make an inference. Let me not speak for them. But I know that we live in a society where, as an individual, you cannot live in isolation. There is need for proper interaction. And for the fact that people interact, our reputation is being spread around all tributaries of the world, whether good or bad. But I strongly believe that no individual can satisfy everybody. But let's just try our best to do what is right and allow posterity and nature judge our individual characters. May God bless you all for joining me this evening. I remember your boy, your loyalist, your brother, I get it clearly. If I have either directly or indirectly offended you, one way or the other, please try as much as possible to look for a place in your heart to forgive us. Let's chat in new words. Let's walk in unity. Let's walk in love. Because for now, I think it is all about doing the right thing. I think it's all about hustling. I think it's all about ensuring that we assist each other to grow. Because in a society where an individual alone is rich, believe you me, such a person will be plagued by a huge amount of insecurity. I think that if we collectively hold ourselves and move ourselves forward, we will grow in a small way. That is why with the little information that's available at my disposal, I try to bring it for all of us to share. Because if we share, you will be protected. And if you are protected, I indirectly will either be protected physically, economically, spiritually, or otherwise. But believe you me, your relationship with me is synonymous with an iron cloud. And I think it should not be a parasitic relationship, but rather a symbiotic one. That is why I strongly believe that a system is the collection of parts or events that can be seen as a single whole thing, due to the interdependent and interactions of those parts or events. And I know that there is no way I can live alone. It is expedient that we interact with each other. Let me give you a classical example of what a system is. Body as a complete individual is a system. But believe you me, if I say my head is not important than my hands are more important than my head, believe you me, there will be dysfunctionality in my operation. But the conglomeration of these various subsystems makes the system to function expeditiously. And that is why I know that I must put your own feelings into consideration when interacting with you, because I cannot live alone. No one can live in isolation. We'll grow by lifting ourselves. Secure yourself, and for the primary reason of securing not just yourself alone, for generation yet unborn. That is why it is called your actions today must be measured with conservation. How many did you protect to secure the interest of your generation yet unborn? Do the right thing, and the society will be fine. Osakuna, Odi and Pro. Stand with Sadi Enterprise.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. Now, here now we draw the curtain. That one I come Stanley Osaze Osakuno holding. Now you can talk to us. So we decided to stop it right there. It's quite late over here. And people, how on a day? I can see on the comment section that you guys are already making friends, chatting and all that. It's a good thing. So my people, let's move on. I think we need to round up right now because it's quite late over here. You know, this is Nigeria. So although I'm in my house, I'm good. Um okay, let me go to the comment section to see if anybody communicated with me. I go check if anybody talked to me at all. Okay, my friends, I want to find myself come inside here. How are they? My people, my lovely Nigerian family. I can see Akim right there. See me on language. I can see you as well. Good evening to every one of you. All right. Let me see. Lady, I see you right there. Thanks for joining us. Andrew Peter, I can see you as well. Thank you very much for joining us. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening to every one of you. For let me sure your name just understand. Prince Ados is right there with us. Good evening to you, Sir Small. And if I greet you since I salute you again. Thank you, my good people, Nigerian family. Now, you want round up right now. I appreciate every one of you. Yes, I will say, make a good night. Yes, I did here, still there on my face with that. I want to play music for now. I want to play my regular music, Kumuna, not verse. Some people they say they always play one music, not verse. Now copyright matter. There's rules we must follow. You know, we know so all these kinds of they follow rules when we reach Nigeria. Now only Nigeria will not follow rules. It's so painful. When the rules is created, you must follow it. Follow it, please. It's very, very important. All right, I love you all. Good night. I'll leave the music to play for a while for you guys to say good night to each other. Bye for now. Good night.
Papa.